Make sure my microphone works. Welcome back. Some of you may know, and now all of you will, that I prepared these episodes the day before. So, as this is the episode for February 26th, February 25th would be the day that I would be working on it. However, we had some errands today, and I've been out of the house most of the day, returning home about the time that I would usually actually begin editing the video that I had already researched and recorded. So, since I haven't researched and recorded yet, we're going to quilt an episode together for you today, February 26th. Also, some of you may know that February 26th is my birthday, in a time when, my goodness, television was only available in black and white, and it took a while to warm up, and not every household had one. I think grandmother got one when I was 2 or 3, maybe. That's all I intend to say about when I was born. Other than that, it's late enough in the day that Mr. B is up and about, so let's not dawdle. We have a word, an event or two, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's see what happened on February 26th. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for February 26th. February 26th is the 57th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 308 days remaining to the end of the year. 309 in leap years. Oh boy, have I got one for you today. Today's word is pareidolia. Pareidolia is a noun that means the tendency to perceive a specific, often meaningful image, usually a face, in a random or ambiguous visual pattern. We could probably do just a whole show of images depicting this phenomenon, and indeed there are plenty of photos and videos out there already with examples of pareidolia. Kind of fun to watch, I think. The word pareidolia comes to us from German, Greek before that. First documented use of the word pareidolia is 1962. Pareidolia. You may have heard the phrase Carpe Diem. This is a Latin phrase that literally means pluck the day. Although we typically translate it to mean seize the day, the phrase itself has been around for hundreds of years, but we really begin to see it in English usage in the 1800s. The poet Robert Frost wrote a poem called Carpe Diem in 1938, in which age wishes upon a couple of children that they be happy. Yes, be happy, 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 and seize the day of pleasure. And so it is that the dictionary definition for Carpe Diem as the enjoyment of the pleasures of the moment without concern for the future. I prefer to think of it more in terms of being present in the moment, right here, right now. Carpe Diem. And with that, the Grand Canyon, located in northwestern Arizona, became an official national monument in 1908 upon the declaration of President Theodore Roosevelt. The Grand Canyon was then declared a national park on February 26, 1919. Quite an amazing place to visit, and if you're planning to go, they do have a website that gives lots of different information, like general information and fees and whatnot. The Grand Canyon also enjoys the protection of being a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I guess the Grand Canyon's having a sort of a birthday too today, isn't it? Today's song, I'll Never Find Another You by the Seekers. The Seekers were a folk-influenced pop group out of Melbourne, Australia. They got together in the early 1960s and were quite popular in the 60s. The Seekers were the first Australian pop group to hit the charts outside of Australia and had several top 10 hits. By the way, after the original grouping that was the Seekers sort of wound down and dissipated, one of the original members formed a new group he called the New Seekers, and they recorded the 1971 hit, I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. But today we're talking about their 1964 hit, I'll Never Find Another You. Written by Tom Springfield, I'll Never Find Another You by the Seekers reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Australian and UK charts. I'll Never Find Another You has also been covered by country singer Sonny James, and that version did very well in the country charts as well. I'll Never Find Another You by the Seekers. Lovely song. Link in the description. How about that? I forgot to mention earlier, it's a bit warmer around here this week, so I changed the background to something a bit more spring-like. And that brings us to today's quote. It's by the late UK poet Patience Strong, who said, "While it is February, one can taste the full joys of anticipation. Spring stands at the gate with her finger on the latch." Patience Strong. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.